Oiling business is a multi-billion-dollar industry that is constantly expanding. Oil can be taken from the ground or ocean floors and is used to fuel cars, make plastics, asphalt, and much more.
Due to the increasing population and demand for oil-based products, the industry practically runs the world. Although oil is used every day, it has several negative impacts, including emitting CO2 and harming the environment. When CO2 is released, it stays in the atmosphere and traps in heat, causing global warming, which can lead to death of several animals and habitats.
Another harmful effect of oil is when it spills. When oil is spilled, it destroys the environment around it. The oil can poison animals and kill them. Oil spills affect several industries, including the fishing industry.
April 20th, 2010. An explosion in the Gulf of Mexico sets off the nation's worst oil spill, leaving behind scenes like this along much of the Gulf Coast. Over 1,000 miles of shoreline were oiled. 3 years later, things seem to be back to normal above water.
Visually, the coast looks great.
But it's what's below the surface that's concerning environmentalists.
That a tremendous amount of the oil, the heavier tars, and where tar had accumulated organic material and so forth, on the coastline, a lot of that got buried. 6 million pounds were removed from Louisiana in 2012. So we are far from a stage where everything's been cleaned up.
And the fishing industry is still trying to catch up.
You know, when you lose a customer base due to a disaster like a BP oil spill or something that's not controlled, a weather event, you know, we have to work that much harder to get those guys back to capture what we lost.
It's still unknown who will be held accountable for the disaster and the ongoing recovery. A trial underway in New Orleans will determine how much each company represented on the Deepwater Horizons drilling rig is responsible for the explosion. Bob McCall, Associated Press.
There are several different ways to reduce the use of oil, including alternative energy such as solar, hydro, and wind energy.
These are clean and renewable sources of energy that can help save the environment.